So obviously, the question says, write 4 different isomeric compounds with C4H10O molecular formula, indicating if they are primary, secondary, or tertiary alcohol with the IUPAC name. Now, the first thing you need to know are isomers. Isomers are compounds with the same molecular formula as in the case of CH4, C4, H10O, but different arrangements of atoms. Different arrangements of atoms. Now, the different arrangements of atoms in this case can give the different kinds of alcohol. So, since they ask you to indicate if it's a primary alcohol, a secondary alcohol, or a tertiary alcohol, it means that what they are asking you to draw are the structures of the different kinds of alcohol having this molecular formula of C4H10O. Now, what is a primary alcohol, first of all? A primary alcohol is an alcohol that had just one alkyl group attached to an OH. This kind of alcohol is a primary alcohol. Now, let's make it easier. Now, if you have something like this, ROCH2OH, this is a primary alcohol. How about if you have ROC, then HOH? This is also a primary alcohol. Then how about if you have ROC, let's say another arrow, then OH here, this tertiary alcohol. What is the differences between the classes of alcohol? Primary alcohol has just one alkyl group attached with 2 hydrogens. Secondary has 2 alkyl groups. And then tertiary has 3 alkyl groups. Now, what are alkyl groups? Alkyl groups are formed when hydrogen is lost from alkane molecules. So if I want to draw the different structural formula in such a way that one is a primary alcohol and then give the IUPAC name. First of all, let's draw the skeleton. C4 means what? It means you have C, 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 C. That is 4. Now, for a primary alcohol, it means at the end of the day, it's going to have H2. So you have H2 here and then OH. Now, carbon must have a valency of how many? 4. So it means that we'll add hydrogen to each of these here. So this becomes hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. If you count around, the valency is now for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this one has 1. How many do we need to add to make it for 1? There we have 2, 3. Plus this, making it 4. Now, if you count this, this becomes CH2, then CH2, CH2, and then finally CHOH. If you count this compound, how many carbons are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 carbons. So we say C4. Now, look at it again. How many hydrogens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8. Then plus this 2 here, making it to be how many? 10. So we have H10 and then O. This class of compound is called an isomer of this C4H10O. And this is what is called butanol. This butanol. So this is N-butanol. And then you now state that it is a primary alcohol. So this is a primary alcohol. Why? Because this OH is attached directly to only one alkyl group, which is this alkyl group, which is butyl group. Now let us come to another compound that will be secondary alcohol. So for the secondary, we have, let's say C, this OH will be here. Now we can have CH3 here, and then of course we know we can have hydrogen here. How many carbons have we drawn now? 1, 2. There we have C. This will be C and then C, making it how many? 4. H, 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 H. Now, how many have we drawn now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we say this is C4, H. How many hydrogens? 3 hydrogens here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. H10, then of course 1 oxygen. So you see that all of them, they have the same molecular formula, but different structural arrangement of the atom. So how do you call this compound? If you want to name this compound, you start your naming from here. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you call this compound 2, then butanol. 2-butanol. You can say that this is secondary alcohol. So this is a secondary alcohol. Now, is there any way that we can have a tertiary alcohol from here? Yes, we can definitely have a tertiary alcohol from here. Now, how do we have a tertiary alcohol? Tertiary alcohol is that alcohol that has 3 different alkyl groups around it. Now, why is this one having 2 different alkyl groups, and why is it called secondary? If you look at this very well, this is one alkyl group here. Then from here like this is another alkyl group. So it has 2 different alkyl groups attached. Then you call it secondary alcohol. So this is 2-butanol. That is the IUPAC name. Now let's name another one. If we have, let's say, C, now CH3, then let's say we have CH3, and then you have CH2, we've completed 4. Let's say CH3, and then this is OH. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you want to count, this is C4. This is 3 hydrogen plus 3 hydrogen plus 3 hydrogen, making it 9, plus this 1 hydrogen here, making it what? 10. C4, H10, and then 1 oxygen. So you see that they have the same molecular formula. Then what will be the name of this one? You can say this is, if you want to number, here will be 1, here will be 2, here will be 3. So this becomes 2, and then you call it methyl. So this becomes 2-methyl, and then 2-methyl propanol. 2-methyl propanol, or you can say 2-methyl propan 2-or, to show that the OH group is at position number 2. So this is the IUPAC name, and this is a tertiary alcohol. So that is the differences between primary, secondary, and tertiary, and their various IUPAC name. Now, lastly, you can also derive another functional group from this entirely. What functional group is that? Now, for the secondary alcohol, it can also be written in such a way that you have it as C, and then you have hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Then you have C here. The CH3 is on top here. And then, let's say you have H here, and then here is C. Let's say H, and then you can have, let's say, CH2OH. Let me draw this on a fresh page. Maybe you'll get it clearer by so doing. So I believe I can clean this. Now we can also have something like this. Let's say you have CH2OH, and then you can have CH3. Let's say hydrogen here. CH2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Making it how many? 4. Is it complete? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this becomes C4, and then you have H. This plus this is 3. 3 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 10. And then you have O. Now, what will be the name of this compound? This compound will be called 1, 2. You call this, let me erase this. You can call this 2-methyl butanol, 2-methyl propanol rather. 2-methyl propanol. Because this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and the methyl group is at position number 2. So you say this 2-methyl propanol. Now it's different from 2-methyl propan 2-or because of the position of the OH. Is that understood? So this is what kind of alcohol? Now forget about the substituent here. This is also a primary alcohol because this whole group here is considered as 1. So this compound is a primary alcohol. So these are 4 primary alcohol. So these are 4 structures that you can get from this compound, indicating if they are primary, secondary, or tertiary alcohol. Thank you.